Well, here we are at Media Day here at the Orange Bowl. Joey Helmer, Trevor Rogers coming to you from Sun Life Stadium here in Miami Gardens, Florida. And the topic today was most certainly Joe Mixon, the star freshman running back who missed a year due to his suspension. Joey, it was a very interesting experience. This is the first time that Joe Mixon has ever spoken with the media. It was football questions only, otherwise the interview was going to be shut down and you could face being ejected from the facility. Joey, what are your takes?
Well, I don't think there's really anything wrong with what OU did here. I am seemingly in the minority here that think what Oklahoma did was right, but we're 2 days before the Orange Bowl. I don't feel like there's really any reason to talk about anything other than the Orange Bowl. And let's face it, with all the national writers here and even some of the local people, the questions were going to be centered around what happened a year and a half ago. And I think, how many no comments can you get before it's, well, what are we here to even talk about, And so I think it's all about football, and I don't really think there's anything wrong with what Oklahoma did. Now the national perception is the opposite, but I just don't see it that way. I mean, I'm here to talk about football. You're here to talk about football. Joe Mixon and everyone else should be here to talk about football.
Joe Mixon has been a part of that 1-2 punch that has been Samaje Perine and number 25 all year. We got a chance to sit down and talk to Jay Boulware one-on-one, and Jay has done a very nice job stepping into that role in his first year as the as the running backs coach. Kind of, what were your takes on what he said?
Well, it's kind of what we've heard from a lot of what Lincoln Riley has said. He echoed a lot of that this year, in that people wondered if Oklahoma was going to be able to run the ball this year, and they never had any doubt. It was all about getting the running game going and just getting everything fine-tuned and tuned up in a new offense. And as you would expect, there's going to be some growing pains, and there were, and they got through them, and now you see they're running the ball as well, if not better than anyone in the country.
A lot of that run game has been predicated all on the offensive line, who had definitely lost a lot from the previous year. But Bill Bedenbaugh had some interesting things to say today as well about what the challenge that Clemson is going to present for them and this run game, and what the offensive line is going to do as a whole. What was Bedenbaugh's take on all of this?
Well, it's kind of, just keep doing what they've been doing. You've seen the progression throughout the season, and a couple things stood out to me. One was, he said, it's been the group as a whole has come together. You've seen the progression for Orlando Brown, Chris Sevilla, since he stepped in after that Texas game. But the other thing was the health of Ty Darlington and Ela Casatano. And he told me, that was almost not talked about enough, was that they just weren't really healthy. Once those two guys got healthy, the rest of the offensive line was very fluid. And so you've seen that kind of manifest itself in what Oklahoma has been able to do offensively. It starts all up front.
It's truly crazy to believe that we're almost to the college football playoff semifinal. It's only just a couple of days away. We'll be right here back at Sun Life Stadium Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. For Joey Helmer, I'm Trevor Rogers. This has been another episode of Insider Access on OUinsider.com.